Well, it has been a couple of days and the drama has luckily died down for this VTuber named Sinder. And as you could see, I'm not going to talk about the documents, about her apology and what she did wrong. There's plenty of YouTube videos that I've enjoyed on the internet, and so did you, I guess. Because what I want to talk about right now is what's gonna happen next. And I think it's a very fun concept of to think of what is going to happen because we are diving into pure speculation, pure fiction, and you can let your mind go loose because it doesn't matter anymore. And that is caused by none other than Cinder herself. Because for recap, for those people who still hasn't seen any of this drama, I'll link down a video below that will show you about a full apology of her and people or YouTubers diving into this situation. And I'll probably will link down Techdone, who is being crucially nice and crucially fair to Cinder herself, and Mujin, who is just a bystander in this situation, just like us. But as I said in one of my previous videos, if you have seen it, I talked about a perspective, and I think that four perspectives are the most important thing in this. And one of them is the one that will destroy everyone's internet persona, and that's called the public perception. And what we are doing is essentially observing the public perception because in the end, she messed up. The public has turned onto her and is literally roasting hell out here. Now, let's start with a little bit of recap of what's going on. TLDR, Cinder made a big whoopsie doopsie, made a insincere business apology, made friends mad, and voila, she is probably going to lose most of her fan base. And what's going to happen into the future? Now, what I can predict from the public perspective, she is going to be actually very, very lonely. That's not a joke. She backstabbed her friends, and that's what you get. You reap what you sow. I don't think she's going to get any collab soon, and she's probably going to be alone for a while. She's going to stream, but with less amount of viewers because a lot of her viewers does feel betrayed because of her true personality, or what we would call a businesswoman, is basically the end for her show. I don't want to say that her career is completely over, but she did screw it herself, and I think that her career is far beyond screwed because her public image is so shit that only people who will believe her are literal gooners. Now, aside from the fact that of course she will get lower amount of views and lower amount of income, what do we think is going to happen next? I am keeping an eye out on Gamersubs because I'm pretty certain that they will drop her out. I'm not sure, but I just want to see that happen because in the end, Gamersubs is going to tank a huge damage if Cinder is still part of their company. And for a business, it's pretty relatable to say that they are going to drop something that's quite controversial. And in this situation, there is a character that is going through some controversial stuff and is absolutely bringing in bad image for the whole business itself. So it's safe to say that for my prediction, GamerSubs is probably going to take away her ownership and she's going to be left with just a small amount of her original art. And another thing that I want to say about the situation is that she is going to have a hard time. Not just a hard time in making an income or trying to stream. She's going to have a hard time in multiple directions. She's going to tank some social image, so the whole internet will be just drag her through hell. And she is going to make a lot less friends. Probably not any friends anytime soon. There is just no fucking way that she can just make another friend without making the current statement good enough. But in the end, If you can't apologize sincerely, that's the best way out. But the damage has been done. For now, I would say if she is going to apologize properly and responsibly, that's one way to get out of hell for a long ass time. She's going to stay in hell temporarily. If she can apologize, it's just a temporary stay. If she is not going to apologize, she's gonna stay in hell for eternity. That's literally it. Because you are ruining your own image, you're ruining your own fucking chances on the whole internet. Because these days, just one bad rumor, one bad apple is all they need to pile up on you. Maybe someday they will forget you. But when they do remember, oh god, you're not going to get the best first impression ever again. Now you have heard of my opinions and what I think about the whole situation. What do you guys think about the situation? Do you think that Cinder will be able to come back and make it big again? Or do you think this is the end? Her downfall is imminent and she is going down to the internet history as a villain. Now, aside from all this stupid drama, I do think that there's a lot of stuff that we can learn from this. And aside from understanding that Cinder wants to be famous, that she wants that traction, and that she wants to become whatever rich in the business side, ambition is great. But if you take it too far and make sacrifices for it, that's a whole nother story. To all or most people out there who is going into content creation space or want to platform themselves to become famous, in my opinion, honesty is what brings you far and wide. Ambition is what drives you to your goal. Pain is the experience that you have to go through in order to grow. And joy is what you find in the end of your journey. And that's how it goes for everyone. Well, of course, it's not always simple to become honest in a business perspective. It's not always perfect to strive for ambitions just like Cinder. Sometimes we make mistakes. Sometimes it's okay to forgive. But sometimes you have to recognize that you made the mistake. And don't shove the blame to somebody else. That's it for today, just a small short video. I'm going to work on another video that's not going to talk about drama. I'm just going to talk about certain terms I'm interested in and I have been doing some couple research in online. It's going to be a little bit funky, it's gonna be a little bit of a discussion again, and it's going to be an informative video about something else inside life that has nothing to do with people fighting each other like fucking retard. Well, I hope that you stay safe and have fun.
Do you have many friends?
Yeah, I've got a lot of friends.
They're not just acquaintances, right?